My people, so it's 2025 and the UK scammers are getting smarter each day, guys. They're getting smarter each day. Day in, day out, they try to come up with very, very clever ways to scam us. Guys, so some time back, I did a video where I exposed some of the most common scams in the UK. I explained how they do it, what you shouldn't do, and all of that, right? In today's video, I'm going to talk about some 3 new scams that have become very popular in 2025. And all of these 3, I have nearly falling victim or prey to these scams, okay? So I'm going to show you actual emails and what to do as per gov.uk and then the security agencies in the UK as to what you should do so that you don't become a victim, guys. It's serious. Hey, all right, if you're interested, stay tuned. Stop that. So hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Nanelle. So on this channel, I talk about nursing, I talk about life in the UK as an immigrant and opportunities for people to relocate abroad, okay? Now, out of the 3, the first one that I'm going to talk about is the sextortion scam, okay? So what is this one? So this one, I received an email to this particular type of scam about maybe, let me say, early this year. Okay, and this is how the email looks like. Let me read an example of what the actual email looks like so you have an idea. The one that they sent to me, unfortunately, I have deleted it, but it's very similar to this one that I found on Google. So this is how it goes. Guys, now listen very, very carefully. So they start by saying, I hacked your device because I sent you this message from your account. Something similar, right? And then they'll say, you don't know me and you're thinking why you received this email, right? Well, I actually placed a malware on the adult's website, and guess what? You visited this website to have fun. You know what I mean? While you were watching the video on this adult website, your web browser acted as a RDP, remote desktop, and a keylogger, which provided me access to your display screen and webcam. Right after that, my software gathered all your contacts from your Messenger, Facebook account, and your email account. What exactly did I do? I made a split screen video. First part recorded this video you were viewing. You've got a fine taste, haha. And the next part recorded your webcam. Yep, it's you doing nasty things. Well, I believe $750 is a fair price for our little secret. You'll make the payment via Bitcoin to the below address. If you don't know this, search how to buy Bitcoin in Google, my Bitcoin address, and then they'll leave your Bitcoin address. So this is very similar to what I got, but wait, what I got, the email was sent from another email, not a similar email to my email, right? So what I realized is that when I was doing this research for this video, I realized that loads of people have fallen prey to this type of scam. And what scares them is the fact that the person actually uses their own email to send them the email. So let's say your email is baba@yahoo.com. They actually used a baba@yahoo. It's like they are sending it to you yourself, something like that. So it's very scary. My own was not like that. It was from an anonymous email, right? However, the scary part about mine is that the person actually mentioned my address, the correct house address that I live in the UK. And the person said, I love the decor in your room. So the person is saying that you visited an adult website to watch blah, blah, blah. And then they hacked into your system. And as you were playing with yourself, they were able to record you doing that through hacking, blah, 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 blah. And now they have access to all your contact lists, your friends, your family, and all of that, your pastors and everything. If you do not send them this amount of money to their Bitcoin address, they would expose it. Now, if you get such an email, what should you do? So first of all, this thing is extremely common. In some instances, okay, when I was researching for this video, I realized that sometimes they even show you a picture of your house. This is how they do it. So they obviously, if they have your address, they are able to put your address into Google Maps. And you know, sometimes Google Maps gives you actually like the actual picture view of the area and of the house that you have put in the search. So sometimes they take this picture from Google. Most of the time, you would realize that they probably are not in your country. Probably they are somewhere in another country. However, once they put the address that they know in Google Maps, they are able to take a screenshot from the Google Map page. So you realize that the picture they show you is the exact picture that is on Google Map when you type in your house address. Now, how do they even get your house address? So now, this is why I always say that you have to be very careful when you order stuff. Sometimes when you order stuff online, some of these websites, they sell your details to these bad people and they can use that to harm you. Sometimes after a parcel has been delivered to your house, how do you dispose of the package? Remember, the package has your full name, it has your address, sometimes it even has your number on it. okay? And it has all your details so that you'll be able to get the package, right? And now it gets into the hands of an evil person and they use this against you. That's why personally, whenever I get a parcel or a letter or anything, after I have used it or after I have taken it from the box, I make sure that I tear the address label off it and tear it into pieces. But if the website that you bought from is the one selling your details, that one, there's nothing you can do about it. As well, some of these guys that work with the postage companies or the postal services, they also can sell your details, or they can even be the ones doing that, right? So they can get your address with ease and even your number. But what should you do if you get such an email? First of all, ask yourself, have you really been on any of these websites? Okay, if you have been and they give a bit of more detail, report to the police immediately. So usually there was a gentleman that I watched on YouTube here. For him, the person actually had the video. When they really have the video, they will not just send the message. They'll send you a picture from the video or a short clip of the video of you doing whatever, to use that as evidence that we have more, so you better pay this amount of money. That is a serious case, especially you know that this is you doing this and all of that. Report, go straight to the police and then report it, okay? However, most of the time, you've never even been on this website. You don't even know what website they're talking about. You've never even done anything like that. They're just trying their luck, because a lot of people use these websites. They're just trying their luck, okay? So most of the time, they don't even have any proof or any evidence to show you. They don't have any clip or nothing. If they do have, they will send you a clip of it or a picture of it. But most of the time, they come just with threats. If you don't send this money, they'll do this, they'll share it to your contacts. Usually when the threat does not come with a clip of yourself doing it to show you, then it's probably just threats, empty threats. Okay, now there's a video of a BBC reporter who nearly fell prey to this. Let me just insert her clip, okay?
I have evidence of this. It's just your misfortune that I found your bad deeds.
That's the start of a sextortion email that's been sent to people all over the world, including me. In the message, the sender claims to have hacked your webcam and filmed you visiting adult websites. They say they'll release this recording to all your social media contacts, unless you pay a ransom. In my case, for $2,900. Now you might be thinking that this is so obviously a scam, and that is what I thought when I initially got it. But the thing that made this different to any other sort of scam email I'd had before was that the password that we beeped out at the start there, that is my password. I knew I hadn't been on it.
Now, when this happens to you, these are some of the things you should never do. Never respond to it, never engage, never interact with them, never send the money. Even if they do have the video, if you send the money, it's not going to be the end of it. They will still keep coming and then they'll still eventually leak it. So the best is for you to go to the police. Never send the money and never in your life interact with them. Ignore. The best thing is for you to ignore. When it comes to deleting, some people say don't delete it, some people say delete it. So for me, I reported it as a spam or a scam mail or whatever, and I think it gets deleted after 30 days or something, so it got deleted. But what I should have done is to send the email to report@phishing.gov.uk. So it is a way that you can report suspicious email to the security agencies in the UK. Okay, so I'll leave the exact email address on there. So just forward the email to report@phishing.gov.uk. Sometimes too, the scary part, they knew my address, my house address. Sometimes too, they can even tell you your email password. So if for you, like the BBC reporter, I think they did know his password. If for you, they tell you that this is your email and this is your password, please immediately try and change your passwords. It's probably because there's a breach with your personal data, you know, and there's actually a way to check if your details have been leaked or anything like that, or your details have been compromised. You can go to, I'll leave the address on there, but it's https://haveibeenpwned.com. Okay, so when you go there as well, you'll be able to check if, let's say, your details have been, you know, sold to these scammers. Or sometimes I do get an email. Sometimes even when I'm logging into my account, sometimes I get a message that my password has been found in a data leak website, blah, blah, blah. So I should change this immediately. And always, if there's a possibility for you to use a 2-factor authorization or authentication or whatever, however they call it, please do use that one as well. Okay. Also, if you're only watching this video very late, maybe you've actually sent the money to them via Bitcoin, still report to the police, okay? Call the police and then report to them. And if, let's say, you're currently depressed and going through emotional trauma because of this blackmail, there's also emotional support for you provided by the government, okay? And I would also leave the contact number on the screen so that you can reach out to them for support, okay? So, guys, basically, this is the sextortion scam that has become very, very popular, and they don't care. They're doing it to everybody. I strongly believe that they get your email and they just try their luck, and then probably through an address label from a package or wherever, or a website you bought things from, okay? And then they use that against you. Now, let's talk about the second one. For this one, I still kept the email, okay? So the email, I'll show you the exact email that they sent to me. So this is the student loan scam, okay? This was the funniest of them all. So the sender was called Tiana Durante or whatever, and they mentioned my name. Actually, they mentioned my full name. They said Nanelle Griselda NT. This is Tiana Durante with the Student Loan Finance Help Center. We tried to reach you at your home address, and this time around they also mentioned my exact home address, exact with postcode and everything, and did not hear back from you. Your student loans have been marked as possibly eligible for forgiveness under the new 2024 guidelines. Your docket number is, then they gave a number, and your file will remain open in my system for only one more day. Please give your dedicated eligibility line a call on Tuesday, whatever, and then their number. Our office hours are, thank you so much, and we hope to hear from you soon, Tiana. This looks so legit. But why am I not worried? I have never been to any UK school. I know colleagues that have, topped up their masters, their degrees. I have never been. The only time I sat in a classroom, it was trust, CPD learning activities. I've never gone back to school. So there's no way I have student loans in the UK. I've never had. So this is clearly a lie. When I researched, I realized there's a popular way to scam you as well. Sometimes they're actually telling you that, oh, you are due for a refund, or you need to enter some details so that they will scrape off some of the loan or blah, 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 all in the bit of getting more information from you. Sometimes it's your banking details. Sometimes it's other very important details. For me, it was very easy to figure this one out because I have never been to any school here in the UK. I've never been on student loans or whatever. So it was easy to detect this one. They're just trying their luck. So guys, be very cautious of unsolicited emails, text messages, letters even, because they have your address. You don't have to share your personal information on social media, and be careful of the information you share online. Once again, if you receive such an email, let's say, as for you, you've actually been to a UK school, okay, where you apply for student loans. So maybe you may believe this one a little. Once again, contact their student loan through their official website or their official number that you know, okay? Ignore this one and contact them directly. And also remember, if you suspect that this is a scam email, report this or forward this email to report@phishing.gov.uk. And then if you believe that you're being targeted, like for me, I received this one, I received the other email that I spoke about earlier, and I received the next one that I'll be talking about. So it looks like my information is out there. It has been sold to very diabolic people, and they're just trying to scam me. So for me, I also have to report it to Action Fraud because it looks like I have been targeted. I have to report it to Action Fraud. So if you believe that you've been targeted, they're always calling you, they're always sending you emails, they're always sending you letters, you probably have been targeted by scammers. They're trying all they can, and you have to report it to Action Fraud on their website, which I'll leave in the description below. And then you can also call them on this line here as well, because it looks like sooner or later you may fall prey, because it's like they're trying all their best to scam you, okay? Now, the dangerous thing about this one is that because it's a money issue, they may want you to put in your financial details on a website or somewhere somehow. That is very scary. See, these days, especially when people are sending money abroad, there's so many finance apps and websites that claim to have the best rates, exchange rates when you're sending money back to friends and family. Guys, these are all ways that people can use to scam you. Some of these websites, like I said, they are doing this under a disguise. They're actually getting your information to use to scam you later. Like recently, the Ghana cedi, I'm Ghanaian, right? And the Ghana cedi has been really like performing well against the dollar. And people have been saying, oh, which app now has the best? Which app now? On my WhatsApp groups that I join. And people are coming out with different apps and different websites that I've never even heard before. Like they look so, some of the websites, even by the look of them, you see that there's something fishy about this. Guys, some of these websites, they're actually getting your card details, your banking, your financial details. Guys, ask yourself, this app that you think they have the best rates, are they being regulated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority? That is why for me, if you need to send money from the UK, Ghana, from the UK, any EU country, or the US, Canada, guys, make sure you're sending through LemFi. Make sure you're sending through an organization that is regulated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority, where they have checks and balances balances where none of these things can come back to bite you later. As well, LemFi has very, very highly competitive rates. With LemFi, you can send money to over 10 different African countries, namely Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Botswana, Uganda, Cameroon, Benin, so many countries. And there is no transfer charge. No transfer charge. And the amazing thing is, if you use a referral code Nanelle for your first transfer above £100 or $100, you get £20 or like $20 cash back. They are simply the best. I've been using them since, I should say, maybe 2021, and till date, that's all I use. I'll tell you something about LemFi in another video. Okay, something very interesting, and why I think you should trust them when you're sending money. Guys, be careful. You're only sending £100 to friends and family, and this is a fraudulent website. And then next thing you know, you've lost all the money in your bank account. Be careful on the websites that you actually place your financial details. Now, let's go on to the next popular scam. So this one is the PayPal scam. This one as well, I nearly fell victim. Now, let me read exactly what they sent. So I've received maybe more than 10 of these emails, but this is the one that I got. So this is exactly what they sent to me. So it says, billing department, your payment confirmation. It says, make sure you understand PayPal's terms of service and acceptable use of policy to avoid future violations. Now, there's a billing support number, and they've used the PayPal logo, which looks exactly like a PayPal logo, and they've said urgent reminder. Then they are saying, dear Norton user. First of all, I didn't even know what Norton was, right? Then they are saying that this is a reminder for me to make payment of $512.37 USD to PayPal, best by 1 year service, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I'll leave it on the screen. So basically, I have PayPal that I use PayPal. Okay, I use PayPal quite often, especially when I'm buying from websites where I don't trust. I always use PayPal. Okay, so that is like the link between myself and the website. And usually with PayPal, if let's say you don't get the item, you can actually contact PayPal and then they'll give you a refund. So I feel like it's very safe and I use it often. When they send this email, I was like, has somebody hacked into my PayPal and bought something worth this amount? Because I know my stingy self will not order or buy anything this amount. No. So then I quickly went onto PayPal to check my transaction history. When I went to check my transaction history, there was nothing like this. When I went to check how much I was owing PayPal, I wasn't owing PayPal. Like when I went to check, like there was nothing like this. So this was sent fraudulently by scammers. And usually they'll show you how to actually make payments. And that's where they get you to pay this bill. That's where they get you. So before you panic, anytime you receive such an email claiming to be from PayPal, sometimes it's actually something paypal.com. So it looks like it's really from PayPal. Go back into the app, contact PayPal through their customer service, through the app, and then check whether your transaction history shows that you've actually purchased anything like that or you subscribe to anything like that. If you haven't, contact PayPal and report this issue. Okay, and ignore this email. Don't click on any links. Don't send any money to anybody. Sometimes too, with these things, how you know it's a scam is the urgency to which they want you to act. For instance, when I read the student loan scam, remember they stated that you have only 1 day. Usually they don't want you to think. They want you to treat it as a matter of urgency. When you look at the PayPal scam email as well, they said, we would like to inform you that within the next 24 hours, your money will be deducted and will show us your recent purchase, blah, blah, blah. And they said urgent reminder at the top. So they always want to make it look like it's very urgent. You have no time to waste. Act fast. They do that so you don't think and then you act. Be suspicious of any email at all. Do not click on any links. If you think this is a spam, report it to this email on your screen. And always go back to PayPal to check your transaction history and also contact PayPal for any inquiries if you are not sure of anything. Guys, have you ever fallen victim to any of these three? Which one is the scariest? Or do you know anybody that has fallen prey to any of these ones? And what advice do you have for people, in terms of protecting yourself from scam in the UK? The UK, like, there are scammers everywhere. Fraud capital, honestly. There are scammers everywhere. On the phone, calling you to offer you one promotion or the other, letters. Guys, what other scam has become very popular and is a very clever way to scam people that I did not mention in this video? Please, let's help each other. Let's advise each other. Let's educate each other in the comment section. I'm really interested. I really want to know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.